Today with David Wickham RC. This is going to be part 2.5 of the 54cc big bore kit. I'm going to put the cylinder on, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I just put a coat of that Permatex on the painting area, and now we're going to get another coat on the other side of the piece that we just made. So sit here and watch me do this here. Now we're going to put coat on here. You got to do it on this back side because this side's got an edge on it. That's what we do. Got to make sure it's going the right way and all. Got to let this stuff dry just a little bit. That's a nice even coat of this stuff. Like this. I want to get this stuff on you. It says it causes cancer. I think anything anymore you come in contact with causes cancer. Cancer from breathing air, probably. Alright, nice little coat. So we'll let it dry for just a hair. And then we'll be able to put that piece on. And then we have to put a coat on the other side, and then we're going to put a coat on here. But I'm going to have to push the piston down to put the clip in it and the pin in there. So we'll probably put the coat on it, and then we'll push it up through. And then we'll put the little ring clip on it. And then we'll put the coat on the bottom side, and then we'll assemble it. And then got the pepper gasket for the little pocket thing here. And then we'll just torque her down and let her sit for 24 hours. And we'll try to put a load on it for 24 hours. Stuff's getting tacky on me now. But yeah, that'll work out pretty good. And then wife just walked by. She's got to work tonight. So, but we're gonna put this on now. So just make sure it goes the same way your motor rotates. This is gonna be going this way, so I'm gonna set it on there like this, and that'll seal that. I'm gonna take a couple of these and make sure she's all lined up. I will tell you one thing I had to do on this motor. I did have to clearance this on the piston, on the round part on here, because it was binding up. So you make sure you do that on your motor. And then it'll work, because if you don't clearance that, it won't work. It'll just bind up, and you know, two-strokes, they tend to wind out really good, so you don't want any danger blowing up on anything. And we're on our second coat on this thing. Second side, actually. That's all it says, just a fine little coat. You know, it kind of mimics the gasket more or less, but this is good stuff. It's gasoline resistant, good for 2 cycles, so just like to kind of put a nice little coat on it. This stuff actually works pretty good, believe it or not. I was kind of looking for something like this and stumbled across it that one day I went to Napa. I was like, man, this stuff probably worked pretty good. So, alright, we're going to do this bottom coat here on this one, and then we're going to push that pin through for the on the bottom side of that wrist pin. Get this shit all over the damn place. Let this shit set up a little bit. Gonna go back over it again. Show you here. I'm getting it on my port there. It's not silicone based. You could use a former gasket on your just regular RTV on your exhaust port. It works good as a gasket. This stuff's working really good, man. It's setting up pretty good. As cold as it is in here, we keep our apartment kind of like a morgue in here. If you ask anybody who comes over, man, they're gonna wear a jacket when we go to their house. No, sorry, it's just the way we keep it. So I got one clip in here. We use snap rings on ours. You got a little bit of that sealer on there and a little bit of sealer on here. Like I said, don't get the stuff on your fingers. It's probably pretty toxic. Alright, so this goes up. So we're going this way with it. Alright, got the thingamajigger in there. After this stuff dries and cures, we're going to put some oil in her, so don't be worried about the oil situation right now. I'm not really too concerned with it. I usually run a pretty good dose of oil in my 2 cycles or start them up. Get that old wrist pin in there, all lined up. Push it over, push it up, push it all the way down until it stops, and then we're going to grab our wrist pin retainer and grab my snap ring pliers. Snap ring pliers, if you don't know what they are. They got little grooves in them, so just grab them like this, put them in there, pick up the piston, pick it up, squeeze them together, roll that sucker on in there. I got the snap ring pliers just a little too far down in there. Oop, I dropped it. My bad. Drop my angled ones and see if they work a little better. Tell you what, man, I had these out here. I had this thing in here earlier today, and it worked just fine. But I had to take the piston back out and put this thingamajigger on it. What the hell did that piece do? Damn thing's coming out. I promise you, I'll get it in there in a minute. In there. You can kind of feel it when it drops in there. It'll drop down, and then what I always like to do is see if it moves around in a circle and make sure it's fully seated. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to push that old piston down in there, on down into its new home. Right before the bottom, what I'm going to do is I want to push it down and kind of barely bump it on that new gasket. Okay, so the top gets this copper gasket here. And I only got one in my kit, so he goes here up top. for y'all those that can't see it. It goes up top, and then the little dome goes on top, and then the cut side goes towards the flywheel. So that goes this way, and that fits up top. Make sure you got your ring on there, because it won't run without the ring. Just get it down there like that. Kind of get it all in there on that flat surface. Now I'm going to run a head bolt down in there. Go ahead and feel around and kind of start this one. Alright, got that one started. Opposite corner. That way, that little gasket will come out there on you. Like that. And here's another one. And here's your final one right here. And them all kind of loose. Just kind of run them down until they stop on all the corners. I don't want to put any torque on them just yet. Kind of get everything seated in there. You gotta let this cure for 24 hours, just like we did the bottom. And you don't want to put a spark plug in there and run it under static compression. Any kind of load on it, because it may blow that gasket out of there. But there's our 5/32 spacer right there. And there's our jug. It looks like it's sealed up all the way on the top. Now, I'm going to gently bring this head gasket down with a little bit of torque. Try torquing the sucker down. Now after you break this motor in, we can put some, may take the head back off, and after all this is seated, and put some Loctite in it. See how it squeezes it out? Pretty much all the way around in the circle. Squeeze it out. We may take this head back off and put some Loctite on these bolts. You don't need to really, but always a good measure too. I just wanted to get that base gasket all lined up. I'm putting about maybe 20 pounds on these. There she is. She's assembled. So she's all assembled on the top. And the cool thing with this motor is you'll be able to run an NGK 5 or a 7. This is a CMR 5. It's a hotter plug. So remember, on plugs, if you go down the number, the hotter it gets. The higher up you get. The opposite way, the higher the number, the colder the plug is. For 2 cycles. But there she is. She's all assembled right now. Like I said, we're going to probably try to get a little bit better header for this, and we're going to maybe get a little bit better reed valve and a better carburetor for it. Thinking about maybe like a Tillotson or something. This is Dave with David Wickham RC with 54cc big bore kit. Bill, like and subscribe, and please give me that notification bell and give me that thumbs up, guys. It's been fun. Oh, sorry. Thanks a lot, guys. Later.